Hi everybody, this is Alchemist 2, and I'm back again with another movie review. I just recently watched Masterminds, which is based on a true story, and it's about this man named David Gandt and Kelly, and yeah, it's very interesting, the kind of chemistry that the two share from the very beginning, because David works at a bank, and Kelly comes up with this plan to rob the bank with an armored truck, and this is when things become very interesting. I'm not going to say what happens, but Owen Wilson's character comes off as a real D-bag and of course a D-head as well, and you just think, oh, you bastard, why? He trusted you. Small spoiler, but it reminded me a lot of that particular movie that takes place in North Carolina. I can't think of the name. Well, actually, it was filmed in Virginia, but I can't think of the name of it. It's very much similar to that, but I can't think of it right now. But it was one I really, really enjoyed, even though it wasn't everything I anticipated it would be, but it was really good, as I liked not Pierce Brosnan, but Daniel Craig was in it, and he played a comedic role, which we don't see Daniel Craig in a comedic role. But anyway, the title of the movie is completely escaped me, but it was a lot like that. It reminded me of a lot of other films that are similar in aspect. Oh, that my neighbor's going off on his bike again. But anyway, as far as films go, it's extremely entertaining, very enjoyable, funny, very funny, especially with some moments that you didn't expect, and unlikely friendship, definitely an unlikely friendship there. And it's the irony of it all and the timing, and Zach Galifianakis does a sensational job of this. Owen Wilson was wonderful. There was a black woman in it that I've seen her in other things before, and I love her, and I don't know what her name is. She's been in so many other comedic films, and I adore her as a comedian, and I can't think of her name. She was hysterical in this. Looks like Kenny Loggins, and what was it, Kenny Loggins? His face looks like Kenny Loggins and Kenny Loggins and Kenny somebody else had a baby. And Kenny G was playing his flute in the background and messed that boy up. It was funny. I mean, I feel like I could remember the joke, yeah, but anyway. It wasn't an A+ film. I would say it's a B-grade film, but it's still very good. Like, panorama is beautiful down in Cozumel. I'm assuming they filmed it in Mexico in some spots, and other spots were filmed in probably California, like a lot of films are. It had all the it had all the markings of the aforementioned film that I can't think of the name of off the top. Oh, Kenny Rogers, sorry. It looked like Kenny Rogers and Kenny Loggins had a... Sorry, I can't even talk. It looked like Kenny Rogers and Kenny Loggins had a baby together, and Kenny G was in the background playing his flute. Messed that boy up! I love that joke. I thought it was hilarious. But, excuse me, I was laughing so hard at a lot of different parts, and you feel for the guy at the very beginning, because you can just tell he's living in a sea of denial, and you just think, own up to it, and he says something very profound. He said, at one point in time I settled in life, and then I never really pushed my boundaries until I put myself out into the world and figured out what I was truly capable of. And I thought, yeah, there's actual truth to that. Life is like that. You find yourself, like right now, with what I'm doing, I've had to settle so I could live, but I am going to pursue my dreams, and I'm not going to give up on them, even though other people tell me, don't do it. But the people that are my naysayers and haters, don't do it. You're never going to amount to anything. Your dream's never going to see the light of day. Well, I think it will. I really believe that my two projects and the engineering project I have in mind, which could use some help because I'm not an engineer. It's an idea. I have the blueprint for it, but I would need the expertise of somebody who understands thermodynamics and all the intricacies of that, and there's so much that goes on inside of I won't say what I'm thinking of because it's a revolutionary idea and I'm probably going to get laughed at, but I don't care. It's just I'm at the point right now that I really don't give an F, you know? I'm not going to say it the other way, but I'm tired of people telling me what I can and can't do, or what I can and can't amount to. I've made humongous strides in my life, especially now being on my own for 2 years, but this movie actually gave me a lot of inspiration and made me realize that I am on the right path and I'm going along doing the best I can. And even with a character as kind of dim-witted as Zach's character was, it's just you think, yeah, if a character like that can get by in the world and make it right, and you know, owning up to what he did and knowing, because he had the strain of consciousness playing against him the whole time, because it was so funny. He kept saying, "No, Kelly, this is wrong. Kelly, we shouldn't be doing. Kelly, no!" And you know, he kept having that push and pull, push me, pull me kind of dynamic, and it was so funny to see, and it was very enjoyable. And I really, really liked it. It was a very well made film, even though it was by a director I didn't know. But filmmaking is not the easiest thing to do. But I have to say, for this filmmaker, even if it is their first film, I give them credit for it because they did a really incredible job. I mean, the comedic timing was absolutely sensational in this film, and it has potential. And I give it 2 thumbs, but 3 stars, 3.5 at best. I don't think it's a 5-star. It's still good. You learn something about the Loomis Fargo. This was a real thing. That this actually happened, and it was. I remember. I thought, oh yeah, this was on the news. I remember when this happened. I was there. I mean, I wasn't there, but I remember seeing it when the news broke out. I thought, oh my gosh, this is the guy. This is David Gantt. This is the one who made that great robbery, and 2 million of those monies is still unaccounted for. Quite literally unaccounted. Ha! So funny. But it was just a really sensationally done film, and the bloopers at the end were the icing on the cake for me. And I love bloopers. They're my favorite part of the movie. Sometimes I just watch a movie for the bloopers. I shouldn't say that, but it's so funny just to see the actors being themselves and making gaffes, and knowing that they're human, they're going to make mistakes. So it's always an just incredible joy knowing that those actors can laugh at themselves and not take themselves too seriously, because hey, mistakes happen and we're only human. And I think that in that you see a lot of the real what it's really like to do that, and just how funny it would be, especially that kissing scene. That was hysterical. I laughed so hard, just his eyes and him looking at the actress he was playing. That he was playing with. That doesn't sound right. Sorry. Oh, God. Disregard aforementioned statement and do not think of me as some kind of pervert. Anyway, you probably never will. I don't mind, but think of me what you will. Doesn't affect me either way. What am I doing recently? I'm going to start writing internal organs. So this is the big project. This is the big one. The next 2 chimichangas, they're the big ones too, because I've got Bruno's wedding, and I'm gonna do an animation. Krita's not gonna work on my Chrome, which stinks to high heaven. And I am not very happy about that, but at some point in time, I'm gonna have a nice little bureau here, and there's nothing there. There's just you know, I'm imagining it. I can see it in my mind's eye, and there will be a computer. That way I can have Krita, and then I will install Krita, and then I will use Krita, and I will animate the very beginning of that film. It will take me a while, but I haven't had any training. I'm just going to do it on my own. I don't need to go to school to do this, because I already know how to draw. I did flip books when I was younger, so how hard could it be? I mean, I know Your Favorite Martian, not your, what am I talking about? Your Favorite Martian. The People's Cartoonist, excuse me. I was friends with the People's Cartoonist. If you're out there, People's Cartoonist, yo. I know you're married. Hi! I haven't heard from you in years. I wish I had, because I'm still a big fan of yours, so I don't know where you've gone. Please watch this video. I'm trying to get in touch with you. I got to see They Might Be Giants in concert. Yeah! They were awesome! It was great. I knew everything. I knew every song by heart, and oh, man, I wish I could have been there, but I thought of you, and I miss your stuff, and I haven't been to your website in a long, long time, but anyway, that said, the reason I'm getting into this is partially because of you, and the other part's Vivzy, whom I love. I still love your work. I'm looking forward to Has Been, so keep it up. Vivzy is just, she's unbelievable, and she is an inspiration. I hope that she's watching this too. And if you are, thank you. I really mean it. Your words still to this day give me the greatest inspiration in keeping on. I know you've got all the background, and me, I'm coming out of Nowheresville, but eventually I'll get to where I've wanted to go, or where I need to be. That's the big one I'm going to take part of. I'm going to really grab on the reins and hold tight, because I'm taking care of myself now. Let's see, what else? I'm going to be doing, like I said, internal organs, hoops, which is, my version of Hoosiers is a little bit different. My character's multiracial. I just thought, why not? Do it. Needs to be done. There needs to be more diversity in Hollywood, as far as I'm concerned. Let's be trendsetters. Let's be trailblazers. Woohoo! Toot toot. Yeah, I'm in an odd mood today. But what else am I writing? Thimble of Opportunity, which will be given to my friend as soon as I finish it, and I'm gonna write a completely black cast. Well, it's not gonna be all black, but it's gonna be. I know that and this is going to be one I've never done, but that's probably going to be written after I write the final Chimichanga, but that one's going to be a little bit sad for me, because I'm saying goodbye to something that I've fallen in love with. I know these characters like the back of my hand. It's just like they're my children, and they're going to live in their own little world wherever they go, and it's just like I'm letting them have their own little lives without me. It's sort of like Stranger Than Fiction. If you've seen Stranger Than Fiction, in a way, I feel like that. It's very odd to mention that film, because it's one of my favorites of all time. But anyways, I'm gonna be doing quite a bit, so stay tuned, and I will do a summer dance once Memorial Day comes up. So stay tuned for that. And live long and prosper. Ciao, Tootsie.